Hi Nadi, this is Chris. Just taking a look at what you had sent me. I know you're looking at the canopy design and you're questioning what we do within a certain stream when there's two tasks that are in parallel within the same stream. And my recommendation is to combine these two tasks and do a single task that feed the next task. So within that stream, we just have one sequential stream of tasks. It's quite simple. Here, combine these two tasks, flow into this task, combine these two tasks, combine these two tasks, and so on. Down here, it's quite simple. Combine these two tasks, combine these two tasks. And then combine the resources also. On the other, that's also canopy. The other streams, I think it's fairly straightforward as well, the combinations. This stream is also not too bad. We're going to have to think about, these three, combining these three. The rest of the streams look pretty good. A little bit of overlap here, but we're going to create it with no overlap. So I think we can make that work. So these, then the other thing is here, I took your project plan and I created a new project plan. You can use this one if you like. I'll check it in for you. I took your canopy and just did a roll up so we get the overall duration of days. Now I'm not sure you have on your chart starting at week 6 to week 19, so 13 weeks over. So I don't know when your horizon starts here, but you can change your horizon start date as you're doing that. Use a start date in the past if we started 6 weeks ago, or vice versa. I'm not entirely sure, but 118 days is not quite right here. That's like what is that? 500 divided by 5 is 20 weeks. It's like 23 weeks, which is definitely not as long as you have the canopy stream up there. So I'm not sure about the durations on some of these. You can check. So this stream, for example, is definitely not 118 days. So let's look at the longest stream, which might not be that one. It's not that one. Probably this one right here, which is the canopy, 15, 20, 15, 15, 15, 15, 10, 10, 10. So that one may add up to 100 and something days, but you're going to have to look at that and look at the chart again, because the chart definitely is not quite that long. So go ahead and look at these again, and you may be able to get that a little bit closer to where it needs to be. I did roll up on the rest of these. For some of these we didn't have resources in, I just put a default in for now. As you add the resources on these tasks and you hit roll up, then that resource will roll up as well, and the default will disappear. So we have the three tasks. I also added the tasks from the previous network that were past basic, R3 review meeting, tying into the CMS here for basic design complete, and then the other placeholder phases, final design, GMD, and lead times that we can model and do a little bit more thinking about how to model some of the long lead procurement parts as we are starting through basic design, because I think some of those are starting to get ordered partially through basic design. So I could be wrong there, but I think some of the ordering may start as early as that from previous discussion with Cameron, so you can ask that question. Secondly, everything here is without considering buffers, so let's work on this design for a little bit. Let's really get it accurate. Once we get it close, I put internal milestones here at the end of these phases. It's much like we had in the previous plan. So this is the plan that was that was an execution. I'm not sure why we didn't just finalize this and complete these last tasks, but we should. So we have the same tasks here, the R3 meeting, the IMS, final design, and so on through the end of the project plan. So once we do that, of course, we have a resource capacity loaded everywhere. I can run IDCC. I can kind of begin to get my feel, without thinking about buffers right now, but get my feel for what the long stream looks like. Where the milestones end up. Right now I've got final design, or excuse me, basic design finishing 8.2, which is probably about 2 months beyond where it should be finishing or so. So I'm assuming between when it started, a week or two into February, March, April, May, at the most 4 months, June, we should be finishing. So June instead of 8.2, so it's a little bit too long right now, which brings everything else out a little bit too long. So I've got, and you can check the directions I have here without thinking about buffers right now. And then we'll cut in buffer once we get closer to the plan being complete. Okay, so I'm going to check this in right now. It's going to be checked in. It's called test BD Rev 2. test BD Rev 2. I'm going to take this video, that's great. Take this video and load it up into YouTube so you can access it. So it is now here, test BD Rev 2, and you can check it out and continue to work on it. Again, I didn't change anything on the tasks as far as their dependencies, the subtasks and your streams and all that kind of stuff. So all that's still intact. So I would just go ahead and start using this plan if you want. You're more than free to continue to use your plan and just put everything, put the milestones in future tasks and continue this modeling effort. Okay, I'm going to be with a customer the next 3 days. I may have some time on Friday during the day, but it's going to be pretty tight. But in the evenings, I can respond to your emails, and we can continue to do this and correspond this way if that's helpful, so you can continue to make progress. Okay, thanks, Nadi. Good night. Bye.